I was a secret smoker from my teenage years and up all the way up to mid-30s. Most of the time, I was a secret smoker. Oh boy, was it difficult times. It was really, but I found a solution, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It actually became the kick-off, the beginning of a life-altering transformation. And that corner of my life story I would like to share with you. I am Gitte Olesen. I'm Danish. As you can hear, I'm not a native speaker. Please bear over with me when I'm sometimes struggling to find the right words. My channel is about personal growth that leads to meaningful life and ultimately everyday happiness. I was a secret smoker for many years, and it was a very kind of painful state to be in. It was like an ever-present shadow in my life. It was very shameful. I remember the one most important person that I didn't want to know was my dad. I had, amongst a whole lot of other issues, I had daddy issues at the time, and I didn't want my dad to know. And since I was a grown-up, I didn't want my colleagues and acquaintances and my closest friends, very closest friends, they knew that I was a secret smoker. But like all other people, I didn't want them to know that my dad couldn't know, because it was shameful not to, it was shameful to be a secret smoker. To my dad, it was shameful to be a smoker. To the rest of the world, it was shameful to be a secret smoker. So it was shame upon shame. And then in my mid-20s, I had kids. And then my kids couldn't know, because one thing was, when they got old enough, they would start talking, and then granddad, my dad, would know. That's one thing, one element of it. Another element of it was once they got older, of course, they understood that smoking was really bad for you. I wanted to be like a good mother example for them, because I didn't wish for them to smoke, and I didn't wish for them to be afraid that I was going to get ill or something was going to happen to me. So there was a whole lot of entangled things about not having integrity or not owning my life choices. And I all the time thought, if I just quit, everything will be solved. My life will be brilliant, you know? So I have to quit. And I tried that a lot of times, tried to quit. And I didn't even have that much focus on quitting, because I really had a deep inner motivation about having a clean body or something like that. It was because of my fear of being judged. So I really thought the solution was to quit. And of course, there was a even more feeling of shame and being a big failure every time I tried to quit and I didn't succeed. And this went on for years and years and years. It only got worse over time, feeling that I couldn't do anything right. I was a bad person. Why did I make so bad decisions in the first place? Smoking was disgusting. It was stupid because it cost a lot of money, and nothing good to say about it at all. I had this idea that before the kids got big enough to really understand it, to ask questions, and to tell other people about it, I would definitely have to quit. Like, definitely have to quit. And if they ever smelled something on me or asked me about whether I was smoking, then I knew that I couldn't lie to them. Of course, I couldn't lie to my kids. What kind of mom will do that, you know? So pressure, pressure, pressure. And times went by, days went by, years went by, kids got bigger, and I got closer to like the finish line where I knew I really had to stop. Now I had to stop. The solution was definitely not what I thought it was going to be. This is how it ended up being the kickoff in a life transformation process that I had never seen coming. And I had never seen it leading to where I am today, which is a really good place. Let's go to the beach. I remember so many mornings being in the bathroom, looking at the mirror and thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I did it again. Bought another packet of cigarettes. Tried to stop. Slipped back. Looking in that mirror and just feeling so powerless. I felt that it was not the only issue in my life where I couldn't really own my decisions and be myself. I really thought it was the solution. Quit and everything will be fine. But my self-esteem was so low. So, looking in the mirror and feeling so helpless and lost. And it's actually a bit of a paradox and maybe even a little bit funny, because when I think back, I am pretty sure that people from the outside, they actually saw me as a strong, outgoing, kind of powerful person who spoke her opinion and had a lot of power to do whatever she wanted and things like that. But it was so contradictory compared to how I felt on the inside. And also when I think back now, I think that I actually was maybe a little bit of a bulldozer with marshmallows on the inside. I meant well, but I was living through a filter of coping strategies. And I think some people probably got bruised a little bit in meeting me. I think I had a bit, I was a little bit of a tough cookie with a little bit harsh language. Your relationship with yourself will never be better than your relationship with others. And my relationship with myself was very judgmental. And I probably was very judgmental towards other people as well, projecting whatever I wasn't able to contain within myself, I was projecting onto other people. One day I decided to go to a therapy to try and untangle this thing. The first thing I said to my therapist was, I really don't know who I am. And I really want to find out who I am. I really would like to be able to be me, to be myself, and to show to the world who I am. And I can't even tell anyone that I am a smoker. I'm a secret smoker. So that was like a symptom. And we started looking at that symptom. And that's how it all started. Then I came out. I came out of the closet as a smoker. My oldest daughter started being scared that I was going to be sick or whatever because they learned about it at school, that it was very unhealthy and stuff. And I talked to my therapist about giving her an end date. So I gave myself, I think it was a year, and told my daughter, I will stop before you turn whatever her next birthday was at the time. And I gave myself plenty of time because I wasn't ready. And I really needed to know that I would be able to go through with it since I had promised my daughter, That was very strong. That was very strong to me, that I couldn't and I wouldn't ever lie to my kid or my kids. And I actually did succeed in quitting smoking as I promised. But 6 years later, I had a reunion with a very dear friend of mine. She was smoking. We drank a lot of wine. We sat in the garden on the terrace looking at the sunset, whatever, had a really good time. And she was rolling cigarettes. And I was like, roll me one. And that was it. I was hooked again after 6 years. So I was smoking again. And I did that for quite a few years after that. I have had the friends at the time that knew I was a secret smoker. They would sometimes be a bit like, but you're grown up. What do you think is going to happen if your dad finds out you smoke? So they had this like a little bit of condescending little giggle that really felt like I was being judged. And what makes a person a secret smoker? It's not like being a teenager and you think, mom and dad are not going to approve of this. And that's it, like they're going to tell me off. It wasn't that. It was the whole foundation of being a human being that needs love, approval, and appreciation. It was so entangled with a feeling of being a bad person, a big failure, being unlovable, having so low self-esteem that I just struggled to fit in and to be good enough, to be lovable, to get approval and appreciation. And I couldn't give that to myself. I kind of hated me, So it was a really painful place to be in. And the part of being a secret smoker that some people would think that's ridiculous. You're 35, come on, pull yourself together. That's what I was telling myself all the time. But since I couldn't manage that, I must be a stupid idiot, So I was judging me. I was really judging me. But I made it. I came out alive, and I actually came out as a non-smoker. And a really good thing is today I feel I have a really meaningful life with lots of everyday happiness. And even when I think back at the person I was then, oh honey, I can do it with a lot of compassion. That me, she was on overdrive, working so hard and meaning so well and really doing her best, her very, very, very best. But well done, Gitte. She came out of the darkness. and now ready to share it with the world. And that is what I really intend to do with this channel. I really want to share those things with you guys, because I know for a fact that I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that was a secret smoker. They still exist out there. They still struggle, probably in different ways than I did. But maybe my story can inspire someone to be a bit more kind to yourself. We shouldn't judge each other. We shouldn't judge ourselves. Nobody ever walked in my shoes. Nobody ever knows what it was like. Nobody ever walked in your shoes. And nobody knows what that's like. So be kind to each other and be kind to yourself. Remember to be kind to yourself also. You're a good person and you're doing your very best. Even when other people think that, oh, that's ridiculous, you should just la-di-da. If it was that easy, we would have done that, right? If it was that easy, we would have done it, because we tried everything. And this also could be about other things than smoking. It could be, I don't know, drinking too much, snacking too much, doing all sorts, or not doing all sorts. Just the thing about knowing how to say no, not overdoing everything, being a people pleaser or whatever. There's so many ways we can disconnect with ourselves and struggle to find home again, you know. This is what I really would like to do with my channel. Share bits and pieces of my own story to let you know that you're not alone, and to see, or to let you see, that the end result is pretty darn good, because I have a really nice life now. And yeah, today I would be able to say, oh my gosh, I slipped, I started smoking again, from a more vulnerable place. But it's that vulnerability that I wasn't able to share with anyone at the time. I had to protect myself so much. Yeah. This friend was a really close friend. I mean, the closest friend I've ever had, the one I have shared the most with. When we met up again, we clicked right into the old connection, the feeling of having never been away from each other. And at the time, she was diagnosed with cancer. A couple of years after she was cleared and healed, it came back, and eventually I lost her. And I came into this process of deeply realizing what a miracle life is. Deeply realizing the gratefulness of having a body and being healthy and being able to wake up and live every day. Do you know this feeling when you know something? You know that you know something. And then when you realize it on a deeper level, it's like you never knew it for real, but now you do. It's like it started off being a mental, theoretical knowledge. Yes, it's a miracle to be a human being. It's a miracle to have a body and be alive. And then when I realized it, like really feeling it deep in my cells, this gratitude for life. From that place, I really wanted to quit smoking. For me and for my family, for my husband and for my kids and for everyone, I really just wanted to take care of my own body. Not because of what other people thought, but really from deep within. And I planned to stop 3 months after this realization. And I always wanted to learn how to crochet. And I thought, I'm going to learn how to crochet. I'm going to have something else to go to when I need a pause, when I need a break, when I need to do something with my restless hands. So the 31st of March 2022, I learned how to crochet and I quit smoking. And I haven't touched it since. I have never felt like it ever since. So when I thought at the beginning that the solution was to quit smoking, the solution ended up being owning that I was a smoker, to start untangling all the coping strategies and, peel layer after layer and find out who I really was. When I finally quit, like the real final quit, that was when I had a big wish to stop for me, for myself. So my motivation was from a completely different place. Okay, if you like this kind of content, please help this channel to grow and like and subscribe. It means more than you think. Thank you very much for watching.